Hey everyone, Rob here. Today we're going to change things up just a little. Normally I'm here to bring you some CD music recommendations with great sound quality, but today I'm here to talk about a piece of stereo equipment instead. We're here to answer the question, does the S-Booster Eco Mark II 5-volt power supply change the sound at all, or does it change it dramatically? So anyway, before we get started, I just wanted to mention that we are really now experiencing a sort of renaissance in the rebirth of digital audio. Right now, there's just a tremendous amount of great sounding DACs that are being released onto the market. And along with that, some other improvements are reclockers. And these reclockers reduce jitter, digital artifacts, and really make the sound cleaner, clearer, sharper, and more well-defined. So, the S-Booster that I'm here to tell you about today, it's going to go between my Shandling CD transport and the LAIV uDDC reclocker. And it will replace the standard traditional power supply that comes with the reclocker from LAIV. Even the people that created and designed the LAIV reclocker will admit that the reclocker that comes with their unit is very average. Nothing spectacular, just bare bones, and that's it. This one is a dramatic upgrade, and I will get into that in just a minute and tell you what the differences are. So anyway, with the S-Booster Precision Eco Mark II power supply, I use the 5-volt version, and it provides the same kind of dramatic improvement in sound quality as it did when I inserted the LAIV uDDC reclocker between my Shandling CD transport and my LAIV Harmony DAC. Now this is truly a vast upgrade in sound quality from the standard 5-volt power supply provided by the LAIV uDDC reclocker. And I want to remind everybody, this is not a subtle improvement in sound quality either. It is easily discernible. Now, let's go ahead and get into some of the things that I learned about the differences in sound quality after listening to this unit. Keep in mind, S-Booster recommends that it be broken in for about 100 hours before the sound quality really kind of levels off into what it's capable of. Well, I found that just opening it up out of the box, inserting it in my system, made a big improvement. And to me, I did not see really a need for a lot of extensive break-in. I think there was a little break-in after a few days, but I'm just going to say right out of the box, this unit made a really nice difference in sound quality. Some of the things that I noticed that improved the sound, the first thing I noticed was a great reduction of the noise floor, and that resulted in more micro details and better micro and macro dynamics. All of those little details that make the music more interesting, more involving, they were there. And it wasn't just slight, it was very discernible. Now, the music seems to come alive with greater harmonic overtones that are now richer and fuller with the S-Booster. So that improves the sound greatly. Also, there's a more realistic presentation of both instruments and vocals. And what is, I think, really important about this unit is the music just sounds more realistic, more natural, and it just has this quality to it that pulls you in. And it's kind of amazing how it does that, to be honest with you. There is a now wider and deeper sound stage, and it's more expansive. You can hear, for instance, a better manner of locating how much space is between, let's say, the drums and the guitar or the vocalist, or another musical instrument, there just seems to be more air and more space around the instruments and the vocalists. So anyway, I found that it has a much blacker and darker background, allowing a lot more details to be heard. And again, this has to do with the noise floor. Once the noise floor is lowered, everything else just becomes cleaner and clearer and more easily understood. There's also an effortless ebb and flow to the music with far less listening fatigue. With the S Booster, there is a complete sense of effortlessness with this. And on instruments, there is this seemingly endless trail-off in transients and instrumental attacks. The sound just flows into the background and gradually disappears. There is no sudden kind of a disappearing act. It's there, it lingers, it softens, and then it disappears. And it's much more noticeable than what I had before I introduced the S Booster into my system. Now, the next part is a little more difficult to understand or explain, but it does smooth out rough edges in the music, and it offers a much greater sense of spaciousness in the recording. Now, my system did not have listening fatigue before I introduced the S Booster, but what I noticed is that the S Booster seemed to eliminate anything that could be an artifact of music fatigue. And there is just this sense of effortlessness with this that you can listen for hours. And believe me, I have. It's got that quality to it. And that, again, reels you in, pulls you in, and allows you to listen to the music for much longer time periods. And that's really the intangible that's hard to explain because it's just there. So really, when I go back to the review that I did about a month ago on the LAIV uDDC reclocker, I noticed that the difference with that is similar to what I saw when I included the S Booster power supply with the uDDC reclocker, and it just elevated the sound that much more. Cleaner, clearer, more detailed, smoother, warmer. It has it all. And, you know, when I say smoothing out transients, I'm not talking about blunting the music or obscuring the music or anything like that. You're getting more detail, but yet in a more realistic and live manner. And that's another thing is this S Booster just makes the music sound more realistic, more natural, smoother, more effortless. So I can't emphasize that enough. It really does make a difference in the system. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you the internals of this unit. This is what the inside of it looks like. You'll see the really massive toroidal power transformer, the power caps there, and there are just high quality parts in this power supply. They didn't scrimp on anything, and the ability for this unit to isolate your piece of equipment that needs that voltage regulation is really remarkable. They have done an outstanding job with that. Now, the way that it hooks up to the LAIV uDDC reclocker is just this pin right here. And the unit itself does come with several different sizes of pins to fit whatever equipment you might need a power supply for. So that is not an issue. And like I said, the S Booster company, they do have various versions of this. Mine happens to be a 5-volt unit, but they offer other voltages to match whatever equipment you need to match it up to. So that's there too. So anyway, that is really my take on the sound quality, what I heard. And like I said, I've had this unit for almost 2 weeks now, and it's just remarkable. I have listened to many, many CDs on this unit, but I've highlighted 6 today that I think cover a wide gamut of music listening and give you an idea of just some that really stood out in my collection and I used to gauge the sound quality. All right, the first one is Joe Sample, Sample This. This is a kind of a jazz fusion album, and it is extraordinarily well recorded. This is not any kind of a specific audiophile recording or anything like that. This is standard Redbook CD, but it's Redbook CD done very, very well. Joe Sample plays the piano, and his piano playing is remarkable. The piano is in the room with you. It's just clean, clear, effortless, and it sounds so natural, so realistic. And the S Booster just magnified all of that. So this is one I highly recommend to you. It's one of my favorite jazz CDs, and it's very accessible for those people that may or may not really love jazz. So do give it a try if you would like to check it out. Another CD that I used in determining the sound quality, this is Mary Timony, Untame the Tiger. And back in December of last year, I chose 15 of my favorite CDs of 2024, and I did a video on that. And this is one of those. And Mary Timony is considered one of the great guitarists, and I think Rolling Stone magazine even had her listed as one of the greatest of all time. And I'm not going to argue with that because I believe she is. This is fabulously recorded. It's got not only audiophile sound quality, it's got demonstration sound quality, a great CD to demo your system. The instruments are so clean, so clear, so realistic. They're in the room with you, and her voice is incredible. Mary is just there between the speakers. So anyway, do give this one a try if you haven't heard it. Check it out on places like YouTube or stream it. But if you don't have this in your collection, I do suggest you checking it out. Great CD. Another CD that I used to give this thing a test was the CD and the name of the CD is Ensoulment. Now, this is another CD that I had highlighted on my 15 best CDs of 2024 back in December of last year, and this is wonderful. This CD is pop, it's rock, but it's kind of laid-back music. There are some ballads on this. His voice is wonderful. It's got this slightly gravelly character to it, and it really pulls you in, at least it did for me. And the instruments are extraordinarily well recorded. The drums, the guitars, just wonderful. So this is another CD that has demonstration sound quality. It's in the room with you. So do check it out, and it is fabulous. The next CD I used, this is one from the group Dead Can Dance, and this is Spiritchaser. Now, this was Dead Can Dance's last CD that they released back in the 1990s. This, I would kind of say, is world music. It definitely has some Eastern influences on this. This is highly detailed. It is highly atmospheric. There's a great soundstage with this, great depth to the CD, and all of those things are apparent, and the S Booster just magnified all of that and brought it out. Clean, clear, effortless, and demonstration quality sound all the way. So if you've never heard this, I recommend it highly. Do check it out. All right, our next to the last CD today that I used is Lady Gaga, The Fame Monster. Now, this is an EP of her first LP, which was called The Fame. And on this one right here, it really plays almost like a greatest hits compilation, because Lady Gaga has so many songs that were top 20, top 10, and she even won Grammys for this CD. It's fabulous. This has got lots of synth textures, lots of electronic keyboard, and it captures her voice beautifully. One of the great demonstration quality CDs in my entire collection. This is a 2 CD set, and it is absolutely fabulous. And the S Booster just made this thing sound all the better. So, wonderful CD. I would say that it is pop, but it has strong dance influence, club music, and kind of disco in with it. And when I say those things, for those of you that may not like any of those genres, this is top notch in all of those categories. Easily one of the best dance and club albums I've ever heard. And if you're a Lady Gaga fan and you don't know about this, this is, to me, the best thing she ever did. So do check it out, The Fame Monster. And the last CD that I'm going to mention today that I used to demo the S Booster is Gorillaz, and the title of the CD is Demon Days. Now, this is mostly electronic and keyboard-driven music. It is a fabulous CD, and I got to say, when I put this on after hooking the S Booster up, I was absolutely amazed at the change in sound quality. There were things, well, let's just say this. I thought I knew about all of the sound on Demon Days, but I was hearing things after hooking up the S Booster that I did not even know was on this CD before. This is another one with demonstration quality sound, and it is in the room with you. It has an immediacy. It has a presence. The bass is deep, powerful. It is highly detailed, great soundstage. The whole nine works. So anyway, that was a wonderful CD, and if you've not heard it and you think this might be the kind of music you might be interested in, do check it out because it's worth that. Okay, that's basically it for today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and staying with me. I do appreciate you watching this video and checking it out. And please do help my channel by hitting the like and subscribe button. That really helps my channel to grow and helps me to bring to all of you more CD recommendations, more great music recommendations, and equipment reviews as well. So in the comments section down below, if you could please do me a favor, if you have heard any power supply boosters that you have really enjoyed with some of your equipment, please do comment on those. I would be curious to know. Or are there any of you out there that are using the S Booster with something like the LAIV uDDC reclocker, or maybe a reclocker of your choice? So comment about that. I always enjoy reading other comments. Thank you very much. You take care, and I will see you in about a week or so.